The British Empire was truly vast, stretching across the globe. It was a network of colonies, protectorates, and dominions that spanned continents and oceans. People often said the sun never sets on the British Empire. This phrase wasn't just a poetic expression, it was a literal truth. This phrase symbolized its immense size and power. Imagine the earth turning, with sunlight always touching British land. No matter the time of day, somewhere in the world the British flag was illuminated by the sun. Sunlight always touching British land was a testament to its global reach and influence. The Union Jack flew in many lands, from the bustling streets of London to the remote outposts in Africa and Asia. It was a constant reminder of British presence, authority, and the far-reaching arm of its governance. Visualize this remarkable spread of territory, a vast expanse that connected different parts of the world under one empire. From the Americas to Asia, the British Empire left its mark on every continent. Through Africa and the Pacific Islands, its influence was felt in the most remote corners of the earth. It was an empire of enormous diversity, uniting different peoples, climates, and landscapes under one rule. This unity brought together a mosaic of cultures, traditions, and environments, creating a unique global entity. This global entity was unique, connecting distant corners of Earth in a way never seen before. It was a network of territories that spanned the globe, linking diverse regions and peoples. In this exploration, we will journey through the story of this great empire, tracing its rise and expansion. We shall look at how it began, how it grew, and the key milestones that defined its history, and the profound impact it had on the world and its peoples. A story of ambition, change, and transformation. A legacy that still echoes today, influencing modern societies and cultures around the globe. The British Empire did not appear suddenly. It grew over centuries, evolving from a small island nation into a global powerhouse. This transformation was driven by a combination of ambition, curiosity, and the relentless pursuit of wealth and influence. Britain, once a smaller island nation, began to look outward. The vast uncharted seas beckoned, promising new opportunities and adventures. Curiosity and ambition drove them to explore uncharted seas. Navigators and sailors braved treacherous waters, armed with rudimentary maps and an unyielding spirit of discovery. Trade was a powerful motive, with merchants desiring spices, silks, and other goods. The allure of exotic commodities fueled expeditions and established new trade routes. European powers competed for global influence and riches. The race for dominance was fierce, with each nation striving to outdo the others in exploration and colonization. Pioneering explorers like Sir Francis Drake charted unknown waters. Their daring voyages expanded the boundaries of the known world and laid the groundwork for future conquests. Trading companies, such as the East India Company, established vital footholds. These enterprises were instrumental in securing economic dominance and political influence in far-flung regions. Small settlements grew into colonies, marking the empire's early steps. These outposts became the foundation of British presence overseas, gradually expanding into larger territories. Early colonies were founded in North America, and Caribbean islands were claimed for their valuable crops. These regions became crucial sources of wealth and resources for the burgeoning empire. In India, trading posts expanded their influence. Over time, these posts grew into significant centers of power, shaping the region's history and economy. The seeds of a global empire were carefully and sometimes forcefully sown. Through exploration, trade, and conquest, Britain established a presence that would shape the world for centuries to come. At its peak in the early 20th century, the British Empire was truly enormous, spanning vast distances and encompassing a multitude of cultures and peoples. It covered almost a quarter of Earth's land, with around 1/5 of the world's population under British rule. This immense empire was a patchwork of territories, each contributing to the empire's wealth and power. Its influence touched every continent, from the bustling ports of Asia to the vast plains of Africa and the distant lands of the Americas and Oceania. In Asia, India was the jewel in the crown, a land of immense diversity and wealth. The British Raj brought both development and exploitation, leaving a complex legacy. British Malaya provided rubber and tin, essential for the industrial age, while Hong Kong and Singapore were key to Asian trade, serving as major ports and commercial hubs. Africa saw extensive British control, from Egypt in the north to South Africa in the south. These regions were rich in resources and strategic importance. Territories like Kenya, Nigeria and Rhodesia were claimed, their resources extracted and their people governed under British colonial rule, often with significant resistance and conflict. Across the oceans, Canada, Australia and New Zealand became important self-governing colonies, contributing to the empire's strength and diversity. A truly global network of control, the British Empire's reach was facilitated by advanced communication and transportation networks, linking distant territories in a web of power and influence. The empire's economy was a vast system focused on raw materials. Cotton, tea, rubber, diamonds and gold flowed to Britain, fueling industries and creating wealth. Britain sent manufactured goods to colonial markets, creating a captive customer base. The trade network linked distant lands and peoples. The English language spread, becoming a tool for administration, education and commerce. British legal systems and parliamentary models were introduced. Infrastructure like railways and telegraph lines connected the empire, facilitating control and trade. The story of empire is not all bright. For many it meant hardship. Control was often imposed by force. With local rulers overthrown, resources were exploited, benefiting Britain more than the colonies. Local economies were reshaped to serve British needs, leading to dependence. Many yearned for self-determination as their cultures were devalued. Resistance to colonial rule was common but often met with harsh suppression. New borders were drawn, sometimes creating future conflicts. Empires do not last forever. The 20th century brought great upheavals. 2 world wars weakened Britain and the desire for self-rule grew. Nationalism blossomed, with colonies demanding freedom. India's independence in 1947 signaled a major shift. Decolonization accelerated, sometimes peacefully, sometimes through conflict. The empire was dismantled, and new nations were born. The Commonwealth of Nations formed, a voluntary association of former colonies. The British Empire now belongs to history, but its influence remains. Its enduring footprints are visible in our interconnected world. Many countries share systems of government and legal frameworks. From the colonial era, the borders of many nations were drawn during this time, shaping global politics. English is a global language used in science, business and diplomacy. Cultural exchanges spread literature, music and sports like cricket and rugby. The legacy of empire is complex, with both